Tudum. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of bunker climbing. It's been a while and I've been a bit busy, so I cannot edit as much as I want to at the moment, but nevertheless, let's have a look at this wonderful route. It's called Edge of Basti, it's grade 7A, and it scared the shit out of me. The route goes up this sharp edge all the way, and it's very technical, balancy, a bit fingery, and it felt quite sketchy for me. Also, the bolts were a bit more spaced, therefore I had to summon a lot of my motivation to climb this route, because I'm really not a big fan of climbing these edges, because every time I do, I expect to take funky falls and hit my family jewels right on the edge. But enough of these weird horror scenarios. As you could see, I couldn't onside the route because the start was very technical and also the rest of the route was very beta intensive, I would say. And I had to figure out a lot of the moves and body positions to get up there. But after going through the route once, I felt quite secure and it was just a matter of having the right motivation and mental state to get up this route. I rested a little bit, belayed my climbing buddy, and then it was my turn again to climb this route. So the start of the route, as I said, is very technical and the holes aren't that great. They're quite slopey and it was especially hard to find the proper footholds because they are very slopey and quite small. I often had the feeling that I get this barn door where I just lose the right foothold and spin out to the left. On this red point go, I found a very good position to clip the first quick draw, which I couldn't find the first time, and I was quite happy to have clipped the first quick draw. I climbed this route on the 14th of April, and it was very cold that day with a strong, very cold wind, and the weather is a bit weird and cold at the moment, so I was wearing lots of clothes to protect me from this cold wind. Here I have a slopey edge for the left and a crimp which is facing the wrong direction for the right, and I had to get my foot up real high and smear it on the wall to get up to the next hold. But once I got this left hold, which is quite nice, I could clip the second quick draw quite easily. And because I have the brain of a goldfish, I already forgot what I had to do at this point and I was going up and down and didn't know really where to go. So I was shaking out a little bit and I was trying to remember what actually the hell I was supposed to do there. But at some point I remembered and I realized that I had to get my left foot up real high and then put my right foot up. Get into this okay hold and stand up and reach for the next hold, which was actually quite okay as well. The further up I got on this route, the more spaced the bolts were, and I was moving more controlled and slowly, not to take any funky weird falls. At this point I moved a bit to the left around the corner. I'm not quite sure if it is the correct way, but I didn't see any other way to get up there. So I utilized the holes on the left as well. And as you can see here, there's this concrete rail which is sticking out. And it's really good if you use it as a side pull to lean on to the right, but I had to get up there first to utilize it as a side pull. And it turned out to be quite tricky. But I got my left foot up quite high and pressed into the wall, so I had kind of a counter pressure point. Placed my right foot, and with this one I could utilize the side pull good enough so I could clip the next quick draw and reach up with the right hand. So the next few moves weren't that hard. I could regain my motivation and my concentration a little bit and prepare for the upcoming upper section. At this point I forgot again what I had to do, so I had to improvise a little bit. I got my right foot up really high, stood on it and got into the next hold, which was really quite nice, and for a short moment I thought I'm about to pop up with left hand, but it worked out quite fine. So I shaked out a bit, tried to get rid of the pump and prepared for the last part. It wasn't necessarily the hardest part of the route, but I was already a bit pumped and this was the part with the longest distance between the two bolts. So it made this part extra spicy for me. And although I'm quite accustomed to falling and I've fallen hundreds and hundreds of times, the nerves kicked in at this point a little bit anyway. And as you can see, I was shaking out a lot, and although it was only one move left, I didn't want to mess this part up. But it worked out fine, and I'm still alive. I conquered this mental battle, and I'm really happy that I don't have to climb this route again, because for a sport climber like me, it's a bit spicy and I'm really not that great on edges, I would say. But nevertheless, quite a nice route, and I'm happy to have sent this one. That's it. Bye bye.